All right, so let's do a video and talk about the energies that I'm feeling, you're feeling, the whole world is feeling. Things are very different. The energy is very odd. Odd because it's new. It's something we've never experienced before. So I've been feeling nebulous in the head, hard to focus, easily distracted, easier than I'd say maybe ever. But that's an interesting thing because obviously I've gained in the past some better focus. And now I'm even more aware of my distraction. So maybe you feel the same way. So let's begin. Long form, here we go. Hi, how you doing? How you feeling out there? Because it is, just extremely different. So part of the differentness is the Uranus disruption of sound. But I'm gonna keep going because I've been working on doing this for hours, and now all of a sudden the neighbors are doing some noise. But anyway, should we pause and wait? Okay, take 3. Because of the distraction of the noises. There's always distraction when you're starting something new. It's amazing. So I guess the universe is asking you, do you really want this? And there's always a barrier before you say, yes, I want this new foothold. So here we go together. So why all this distraction? Why all the fog and not knowing where we're going? A lot of it has to do with Neptune in Aries. Neptune is at 3 degrees of Aries, and I'm just gonna ignore the noise. Yes, universe, I hear you. Neptune in Aries, making the dream a reality. Aries is the individual. Neptune is the dream, also the illusion, the delusion, the white noise. I mean, do we need to stop again? Ay, ay, ay. All right, here we go. And take 4. You know, sometimes that's one of the things I have for us to do is to go with the flow. So I'm really living what I've written to share with you. So let's get to it. Neptune in Aries. What are we doing? We are rebirthing ourselves. We are the peaceful warrior come to do and fight for what we want. And what is the fight? Besides what the world thinks, the fight is within ourselves, between the mind, the ego, the spirit, the body, the energies, the atoms, the energy, right? The everything around us. So, and why do I say it's a fight? Very Aries of me. Madonna with the, hey man, this is what it is. So why the fight? Well, here's a perfect example, right? I'm ready to do this video after 2 hours of preparation to get myself in the right place. And it's been silent the whole time. And then there's noise when you're ready to go. So how do we deal with that, right? Do we keep going? Do we pause? I've chosen both. So Neptune is going to bring this fogginess, but it's always foggy until we can see. And that to me says we're going into levels, right? When you're starting something new or learning a new language or first day of a first class or job, you're always like, what is happening here? Like, what are we doing? What am I doing? I'm not sure what I'm doing, right? So I think that shows that, well, it definitely shows that we're going up levels if there is fog. So that's one way to look at it. And awareness is really everything that it's about. Even being aware that you're being distracted, or that you're easily just spending hours on social media, or that you don't want to get up, or your body is slow, whatever it is, right? So, this is part of it. Me just talking to the camera and being with you for this period of time. So anyway, here's a quote about Neptune and Aries from my astrology program. Neptune in Aries reminds you that courage is not only found on the battlefield, but in your soul's willingness to follow a dream you cannot yet see but deeply feel. That kind of sums everything up, doesn't it? I never talk about the world stage because there's nothing we can do on a world level. We can only do within ourselves. So to realize that the battlefield, like I said, is managing all of these things: mind, body, spirit, outside world, right? So what's going to bring this together and bring it to a new level is Uranus in Gemini. It's been in Gemini since April 26th. But these outer planets, move very slow, and the energy is a backdrop for us. It's not so much of the personal planets. So Uranus in Gemini, it was in Taurus, so it's disrupting and changing everything on the physical matter plane, right? Maybe you've changed house, maybe you've, your stuff has changed, everything, COVID, everything changed, right? And now Uranus in Gemini is thought and thinking, communicating, teaching, and how we distill information. So this is all now in a very different energy. And I think now, this is May 17th, I'm doing this. Now we're becoming a little bit more aware of what this Uranus in Gemini energy is. So it can be confusion, too much information, scattered thinking, and distraction. But the gift is, disruption in how you speak, teach, and understand the world, and mental restlessness, but also dazzling innovation, new thought. So the gift is intellectual liberation, breaking open of mental patterns that have long gone unquestioned. Breaking free of mental patterns that have long gone unquestioned. So when we feel this fog, we feel this distraction, we're aware of it, we go, okay, what am I doing here? I obviously need to switch some things up in my mental capacity. And Gemini is very fast and very curious, wants to understand all the details, all the things, put it together for me so that I can digest this and put it into practice immediately. So that's something that can help us to navigate these foggy, but also dream, self, who am I, what is my personal peaceful warrior that I am moving forward with. So, interesting thought. Change begins with a new question. A new question. In our life, in our thoughts, when we get distracted or irritated or slow, tired, how do we approach that with ourselves? How do we navigate what we're doing and choosing in our mind? I think that's the new question. There's that. So, speak as if the future depends on it, because it does. So we all know about negative thoughts and emotions, and we're well aware that they don't help, but that does not stop us from doing it. So with language, changing our language, we call it spell. We are creating our reality. And I think it's time to recognize that and trust and know that beyond the ability we've had before. The spirits are chiming in here. That's the distraction, the old world, the old thoughts, the old you. Yeah, exactly. So to recognize that we are transitioning out of old distraction. What's worse than old distraction? You're like, oh, please get rid of that. Why do I need that? I don't need that. But yet we're living in it. But this is the changeover time. So, and to help us out or distract and ramp up even more, depending on how you look at it, Mercury and the moon right now are in Gemini, and the sun will follow in 4 days, May 21st. So that's a lot of Gemini energy. We haven't talked about Gemini. It's all been about Pisces and Aries. Now we've got a fair amount of Gemini, waking up the mind, quickening the mind, teaching us how to learn, speak, distill information differently, look at information differently, realize that there are lies everywhere, including ones that we say to ourselves. That's really all that we can do anything about. The lies on the outside and the news, leave it alone. I laugh because I never want to tell anybody what to say, what to do, right? But really, I mean, what are you doing except for getting yourself upset? And that brings me back to the negative thoughts and emotions, right? We're going to have them. I don't know if they ever go away. That's what makes us change ourselves and reach for something new. But and I'm speaking to myself as well, right? What are we doing when we have negative thoughts? Do we just slide into whatever that is and then spend a certain amount of time there? What are our practices to go up again? All right. So I just want to mention North Node goes into Aquarius. I know it's a random thing, but North Node goes into Aquarius July 27th. So that is going to bring our energy, our collective energy of where we're going into a new vibration. We've been in Pisces for 15, 16 months. With it, that's awakening our spirituality, finding the dream, seeing what you really want, dispelling and distilling information, being confused, distracted. Neptune rules Pisces, that's why they're very similar. And now it's going into Aquarius in July. So before we know it, you might be watching this in July. So that energy, Aquarius energy with our North Node where we're going, is bringing it into higher consciousness, Uranus stuff. So higher consciousness, breaking free of old constraints and old thought patterns, but also bringing it to the community, helping each other raise, helping each other become what we truly want to be. I mean, your friend can be an actor and you can be a light worker, Reiki practitioner, but you have things in common that you can support each other with. And like I had a motivational muse for a while there, and then an inspiration group now. I mean, those things are invaluable. Choose a friend and choose a day, and every week check in, say what you've done, say what you're having trouble with, say what you're going to do differently, and then check in. And if you see yourself constantly saying, oh, it's been 3 weeks and I haven't done that thing, well, why? And that's part of how to navigate this energy. Okay, so without going on and on, I'm so glad to talk to you again and to talk in this way, because it's a lot easier for me to just have a conversation. So how do we navigate these new energies that we're in? One, I'm making it number one because it really is number one. Saturn in Aries, discipline. Number one is discipline. What are your daily habits? I'm laughing because mine have been shit. I've tried, I've changed things, I've done things. It's not shit. I think that's part of number two, which is go with the flow, be flexible, understand that you're going through a thing. So let me stick with number one, discipline, right? Saturn in Aries, bringing together the challenges, the structures, the checkpoints of what the individual wants to do. What do you want to do? And what are the daily habits that you're putting towards those? And I'll just say for myself, and you probably feel the same, it's been wonky. Some days you're like, I got this. Maybe you got it for 3 days. You're like, okay, I'm on it. And then you've got 9 or 10 days where you're just like, what happened? What happened there? And I think this is part of the Neptune, Pisces, just getting confused and getting back on track. Getting confused, getting back on track. Always fighting for what the focus and awareness and sense of presence is that you want to have in your life more often, so that is your new baseline, your new normal. I'm like, God damn it. Okay, 2, go with the flow. Not so easy for an Aries person or any kind of fire sign, because we have our own ideas, and maybe some Taurus. Everybody can have trouble going with the flow, but anyway, I can just talk about myself, right? Because we want so much. We want everything now. We want it to go forward, be exciting, and be done with enthusiasm right now, all the time. But going with the flow, being flexible. You think you're going to do something for a day and something comes up. So then Saturn in Aries comes in and goes, okay, do we need to change plan, or do we need to stick with our plan? And taking the mental energy and time to figure that out. Gemini, not so easy, because Gemini's like, so bringing it in, see where we have some earth in our chart that can help ground us. And so being able to be flexible and going with the flow means centering every day as a goal. It may not happen immediately, but centering every day and have that be a goal, because from there we can make better decisions. It slows everything down. We are not so scattered. Oh, I guess I just have to go this way, right? So, number 3, setting timers for relaxing and working. Again, Saturn, right? I work from this time to this time. I play the game from this time to this time. And maybe if you're like me and you set your own schedule, it can be, I'm not doing that now. I'm continuing my rest period for another hour. Fuck you and your timer. But work with it. Figure out what works for you. But at least you have some structures of time periods. And that brings me to the fourth and last, almost second to last navigational tool is awareness of your natural rhythms. When are you most awake? And when are you dragging? And when do you just want to let go and have a good time? It's different for everybody. Morning, afternoon, evening. I've noticed that in the morning, if I actually get up and don't spend too much time enjoying myself with watching shows and spirit talk and all these things at night. If I can get up in the morning, the morning time, like today now, is very, the world isn't awake yet, and you have more time to center yourself. You're a little bigger. That's what I find. I used to never be a morning person. I always used to be brain dead until at least 11. Sometimes I was a bartender, so sometimes 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I'm like, okay, now I can do it. But that shifted for me. So morning time, how do you feel? Afternoon, finding that I just kind of, siesta, pausa. I'm just looking to sort of relax after what I've done. So maybe a nap would be good. Figure that out, because sometimes you nap and it screws up the nighttime, And then evening, some people get really energized, like musicians, right? That's when the creativity is flowing. So maybe that's when you not only do your music, but you work out or meditate, or in a fashion that's not making you put to sleep. Bringing the focus of self in. And then number 5, and I'll let you go. Set new habits. Release the old that are not serving you. Easier said than done. Saturn in Aries, Neptune in Gemini, Uranus in Gemini. So, yeah, you get it, right? So setting new habits takes discipline, and we're right back at number 1. That's why it's number 1. So this has been wonderful. Thank you, if you're still here, for and from and by. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will be talking more, setting new habits. So let's go. I'm gonna figure out how to make some shorts out of this. So if you have any questions, come check me out at spirittherapy.us. Have a session, get some astrology readings. Also, here we go, plug. New website for self-care products, spirittherapyselfcare.com. That's where you can find natural deodorants, no parabens, no baking soda, no aluminum, none of the stuff you don't want, all of the things you do, lavender and wild oud scents. We also have soaps, triple butter baby moisturizing soaps, and booty butter, which goes all over, creaminess. You can put it wherever you want. And hair serum, amazing. I mean, colored hair helps it to not be dry, especially right after the coloring. I don't know if you notice, it gets dry. And any kind of thinning, frizzy, dry hair, it works tremendously. I can't tell you how happy I am with it. I actually forgot to bring it to Philadelphia, and I'm upset because it's so good. But your hair can handle it. It's fine. So, yeah. It's going to be a lot of editing. All right. Much love. Thank you for listening. Talk to you soon.